Hey everybody, happy Monday. Happy brand new week. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to this beautiful week, this beautiful day that God gave us. I wanted to just pop on here really quickly. I know you see the subject line and you're wondering, well, what is she talking about on today? But I want to know, or I want you to know that yes, I am doing the most. I have made a conscious decision that I am doing the most. And I don't know if you all remember, maybe my millennials, Gen Zs, can help me out with this, but there used to be this saying that, oh, she's doing the most, or he's doing the most, or they're doing the most. And that phrase was meant to as almost a negative connotation as if they are doing too much. They are going far beyond or they're going overboard. They're being extra. And so I wanted to kind of combat that because a lot of times when we have an assignment from God, which many of you who follow me on social media, whether it is on Facebook or whether it's on YouTube, you have an assignment. And so a lot of times when God has given us an assignment, it seems like it's the most to other people when we start doing it. They don't understand what we're doing, why we're doing it. And so at least I will say for me, I used to back away from doing the most because why? Because I didn't want people to say, oh my gosh, here she is again doing the most. And so a lot of times I have, and from some of my clients that I've talked to, some of the people that I've talked to, they backed off from doing things for fear of being called extra or being tagged as someone who is doing the most. But I want to come on here and give you a challenge that I feel in my spirit from the Lord, and maybe some of you may too. Do the most. A lot of times we want great success, we want great victories, doing the least that we can do to get it. We want to be millionaires with hundredaires work ethic and mentality and confidence level. So we want the most doing the least. But if you want to get what God has called you to have, if you want to walk in the power and the authority that He's called you, you must do the most. You must be the most. So I'm going to challenge you on today. Do the most. Don't be afraid of people talking about you because y'all know they're going to talk. They're going to talk about you if you do the most. They're going to talk about you if you do the least. So instead of allowing the thoughts, the opinions, and the voices of other people derail you from what God has called you to do the most. I want to undergird that with the scripture from Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10, that says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. We're not going to be here all the while, or we're not going to be here forever. So while we have the mental faculties, while we have physical strength, while we have the will to do it, the desire to do it, do the most. Whatever God has given in your hands or put in your hands, put in your heart, put in your mind to do the most. Do it with all your might. Don't do just enough to scrape by, just enough to make it. Do extra. Be extra. And don't be afraid of it because you have to be more afraid of the voice of God, of the approval of God than you do from men. So let him talk. Do the most. Do everything that God has called and equipped you to do. I promise you, in the end, you'll be glad that you did. I pray that this has been a blessing to you. And if it has, I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you not to be stingy with this. If you know someone who is wrestling with being called extra, who is wrestling with doing the most, tell them that this is their sign from God that the most is what is required in this season. So go ahead, do the most. I love you all with the love of the Lord, and I will see you next time.